It's Christmas time in the WWF. Vince McMahon is at his soup kitchen with Trish Stratus. The cat proves she's pervy Santa's favorite elf, and Rikishi is delivering coal to the Undertaker and The Rock. All this coming up on the Attitude Years Season 3.
Welcome to WWE Attitude Years 2000, where Triple H buried everyone, The Rock roasted everything, and Vince McMahon was out here beefing with his kids. TLC got brutal. The Radicals bailed on WCW, and nothing made sense, but we loved every second. Hop into our time machine, and let's get uncensored.
What's up, everyone? You are checking out the Uncensored Pro Wrestling Podcast. I am your host, the Hot Commodity, Aunt C, joined by my own personal hot commodity, Aunt B, who's actually really hot right now, sweating away.
Yeah.
Totally, that's okay. It's attractive.
Thanks.
We are covering WWE Attitude Years Season 3. We're spending Christmas night with a lot of the WWF superstars. And yes, we're covering WWF Raw Is War from December 25th, 2000. And before we get into that, there were a couple of events that took place on this date. We got a partial solar eclipse visible across North America around noon Eastern time.
This was Christmas Day.
I never saw that eclipse. The U.S. Midwest suffered sub-zero temperatures on that day. That's crazy. So like Illinois and all those places were fucking freezing. Christmas celebrations were scaled back due to Israeli-Palestine conflicts, which are still happening today. Never got better. And also, Jenna Bush was hospitalized for an emergency appendectomy. I don't know what that is.
Her appendix was out.
Gosh, so what does that mean? Like, what can't you do with an appendix?
Nothing. Your appendix, that's why they take your appendix out. They don't serve a purpose.
Well, she needed to get them taken out, so I'm glad she did. But that's all for what happened on that day. But do you remember what you did? Or maybe a gift you might have gotten on Christmas 2000? I don't, because I was like 7, so
that was 25 years ago. I really don't remember.
25. What were you into in 2000 or around December? You don't remember?
High school, like music, mostly. Like
I don't remember what I got.
My freshman year of high school.
I feel like I
had just kind of stopped watching wrestling at this point, but yeah, I was mainly into music and talking to my friends.
I don't know. I was probably watching Nickelodeon and shit, fucking, because I was little.
I watched a lot of MTV.
So let's dive into I hate saying let's dive into this episode. It's live in Chattanooga, Tennessee, and Stephanie McMahon-Helmsley comes out wearing a Santa hat, and she is not jolly and nice, so I don't know why she's wearing it. But Stephanie says the McMahon family is celebrating the Christmas spirit. Her dad is in Greenwich at a soup kitchen helping the homeless.
Lies.
She said that she made her mom a dessert. She made her a fruit cake, which I didn't get the joke there.
She said I made something that reminded me of my mom, a fruit cake.
But why does that remind her of her mom?
Because you call people fruitcakes when they're nuts.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Okay.
People say, "Oh, you're such a fruitcake."
Oh, I thought that meant a gay term.
No.
Yeah, well. Okay. So she says that her dad wanted her to make some matches tonight, and on SmackDown it seemed like The Undertaker and The Rock were trying to figure out who the better superstar was, so she books them in a match tonight on Raw. And then Kurt Angle comes out. He's a WWF champion with the tag champions Edge and Christian, and Angle has on his Santa hat and he's got a wreath around his neck. And Angle says Christian says, on SmackDown, Christmas came early. We became the tag team champions. And Angle says, I flew out my family to celebrate. And he introduces his brothers and his cousin. They all fucking look like Kurt Angle. They're dressed up exactly like him. They have a wreath around their necks. And they sing a Christmas carol. And that's interrupted by Y2J Chris Jericho. And he says, welcome to the Revenge of the Nerds. And he's like, on behalf of all these Jerichoholics, will you please shut the hell up? You're singing the wrong song. You should be singing the 12 Days of Christmas. 6 Angles who will never be a laying, 2 Valley Girls, and a filthy, dirty, bottom-feeding trash bag hoe in a pear tree. It is Christmas, and I want that championship. Stephanie, I want to get you something. But what do you get someone who's had everyone? And Jericho continues to shit talk Stephanie. So Stephanie books a 6-man tag match for later on, Jericho and the Dudleyz against Angle and Edge and Christian. But fun opening here. Good to kind of get Stephanie fuck with her a little bit. She thinks her dad's at a soup kitchen, and she's running SmackDown tonight. She's got business to attend to.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Well, I like seeing the McMahons out there. I think they give a lot to the story. So I like when Stephanie and Vince and Shane are there. They always stir the pot well. So I definitely don't think Vince is at a soup kitchen. He's probably getting his dick sucked by Trish Stratus. No, we love you, Trish.
We love you, Trish.
But yeah, ready to go.
Our first match, the Hardy Boyz with Lita take on Intercontinental Champion Chris Benoit and Light Heavyweight Champion Dean Malenko. Lita low blows Dean early on, allowing Matt to hit a flying leg drop, and the Hardys get the win. After Dean applies a cloverleaf to Matt and Benoit applies a crossface to Lita. What a fucking asshole. Lita's done nothing to him, and he keeps attacking her. Fuck you, Chris Benoit, man. What do you think?
Yeah, he's a wife killer.
Fucking asshole. We then see Matt and Chris Benoit Raw backstage, so Matt is not going to take this lying down, Benoit attacking Lita like that. Stephanie then is on the phone with Vince McMahon backstage, and he's talking about being at the soup kitchen, and then she hears Trish Stratus on the other end, and she's like, Dad, who is that? And he's like, oh, it's just some homeless person. And she's like, well, let me talk to them. And he's like, oh, I gotta go, and he hangs up. So Stephanie is starting to realize that Vince is actually seeing Trish instead of the homeless people at the soup kitchen.
Yeah.
And she did not look happy about it.
Well, she really doesn't have a right to. I mean, she's shit talking her mother. You know, she is doing whatever daddy says because she wants the money and the power. So she really doesn't have room to say anything.
Fuck you,
and
Stephanie.
she screwed Triple H, so...
We have the Hardcore Champion Steve Blackman defending against Hardcore Holly and Raven. Steve Blackman German suplexes Hardcore Holly onto a car and gets the win, but after the win, Raven hits Blackman in the back with a 2x4, and with the Hardcore title being 24/7 rules, Raven becomes a new Hardcore Champion here. Didn't really care. Raven does get better in the Hardcore matches, but really... Blackman was champion for a while, so I understand why they dropped it, but what did you think?
Yeah, I like Blackman as hardcore champion, but it was starting to get stale. I don't really see his character going much further, but we'll see what happens.
European champion William Regal comes out and he insults the crowd, saying that Americans like to overindulge during the holidays, and he joins commentary for Kane versus Stone Cold Steve Austin. Austin hits a stunner to Kane in the match. Regal gets on the apron, then Austin attacks Regal. Austin low blows Kane, but then Regal attacks Austin, allowing Austin to get the DQ victory. After Kane and Regal attack Stone Cold until Austin grabs a steel chair and lays both of those fuckers out. Merry Christmas, Kane and Regal.
Yeah, and again, this is just Kane being like aimlessly wandering.
Yeah, he's been doing this for the past couple of months. I mean, he's been fighting Jericho, his brother. There's really no storyline for him. We see the Cat coming out, and she has on a Santa hat and a red robe. And Cat says, Jim Ross, I want to wish you a Merry Christmas. I got you a little present. And it's the new Divas VHS tape, which my brother had the Divas magazines, and I would always try to get my eyes on the videos, but I wasn't lucky enough. So then she tells the king, I know what you want for Christmas, and I got it. She takes off her robe, and she's got on a red, like, lingerie, bra and panties outfit. What do you think of seeing the Cat half naked?
Yeah, it was very risque.
She was hot.
She was hot.
She was ready for Jerry Lawler.
Yeah, that was her hubby.
We all needed to see that. That was a Merry Christmas.
Yeah.
Kurt Angle talks to his mom backstage with his brothers, and he's like, yeah, she loves me the best, and just more funny stuff with Angle and his family. We see Too Cool taking on TNA here. Stephanie McMahon-Helmsley comes out early on in the match. Test lands a big boot to Sky Tuhati, but Stephanie trips Test, and then Grandmaster Sexay rolls up Test, holding the tights, Too Cool get the victory with some help from Stephanie. And afterwards, Albert approaches Stephanie and tells her, if you need anything, I'm your man. So what's going on here? It's like he's screwing over Tessa.
Yeah, I definitely didn't see an end to TNA coming. And that was like really shitty of Albert.
Yeah, what the fuck is up with him?
Yeah.
He thought he could get his Prince Albert into Stephanie's fucking...
Oh, please.
Yeah.
Gross.
Next, we have Kurt Angle, Edge, and Christian defeating Chris Jericho and the Dudley Boys. The Dudleys and Edge and Christian fight on the ramp, allowing Angle to land an Olympic slam to Chris Jericho to get the win. But before that win, Bubba lands a Bubba bomb to Eric Angle through a table, and the brothers hold Chris Jericho, and Angle kicks and punches at Jericho. Angle and Edge and Christian getting revenge on the Dudleys and Jericho here. But what'd you think?
Yeah, I feel like we've seen stuff similar to this, but
I'm glad that Eric took a fucking ride through the table.
yeah, that was pretty great.
Fuck him.
Especially after what he did to the Undertaker. So, it was a good match. It was definitely very attitude-esque.
The Right to Censor come out and shit talk the APA and say that they won't tolerate their actions anymore. So we get the APA with Jacqueline taking on the Right to Censor with Steven Richards and Women's Champion Ivory in their corner. Jackie attacks Ivory on the floor, which then allows Val Vance to come in and DDT Bradshaw. Bull Buchanan hits a scissors kick, and the Right to Censor gets still another fucking victory, man.
Yeah, I'm sick of the Right to Censor. They're just, it's getting boring too, I feel like, you know, they screwed, I forget who the first people they screwed was. Then they, went after Billy Gunn and they got his name changed and everything. And now they just go after every face, basically.
Yeah.
And I'm still mad what they did to China. I want to see China come back and fuck up Ivory.
Well, speaking of China, we get an interview with her, and she's in a neck brace talking to Jim Ross, and she says, when my injury first happened, I lost feeling in my arm. I got an MRI and showed that I had 3 ruptured discs in my neck. My whole life I wanted to be in the WWF. I hate the Right to Censor. They've taken my life from me. Doctors said I might never compete again. So fucking poor China. And I will tell you, I remember this storyline, and Ivory's gonna do some fucking dastardly things coming up, so get ready for that bitch. Ooh. But I want to see fucking China come back, the ninth wonder of the world, man.
Dastardly things to China, or just in general?
We'll see. What'd you think of China giving this sad interview? She's like crying, she's in a fucking neck brace.
It was definitely sad, and it definitely heightens your hate for the Right to Censor.
Mm-hmm. Our main event, The Undertaker takes on The Rock, and this was a good back and forth match. Taker lands a choke slam, but before you get the pin, Rikishi comes out, and we haven't seen him since Armageddon. Rikishi pulls Rock to the floor, which gets the DQ victory for The Rock. After The Rock wins, Rikishi attacks both him and The Undertaker. Rikishi lands a super kick to both of them and then sits on The Undertaker. Rikishi getting back at both men, and he's proving that fucking Undertaker, you didn't stop me. You made me famous, but I'm still here. So what'd you think about this?
Well, he's actually like kind of screwing himself because now he's gonna have both of them coming after him. So,
but he doesn't look scared. Like he came out and destroyed.
No, but he got them in a bad moment. I mean, you know, he's not going out there starting with everybody fresh. He's going out there after they just beat the shit out of each other. So.
What do you think Rikishi did on Christmas 2000? He probably promoted his kids on Twitter.
I don't think there was Twitter then. I think he was probably eating.
Oh, yeah.
And doing squats.
What did they eat? The nasty turkey.
Oh, yeah.
The turkey tail.
Oh, with mayonnaise, deep fried.
But anyways, so this is a good episode of Raw. It was Christmas, so there wasn't a lot to expect. Most families were spending it with each other, not watching wrestling, but...
Let's see. Yeah, the Usos would have been like, what, 3, 4?
They would have been like your age.
Oh, so they're my age?
They're a little bit older than you, maybe, so...
So they would have been like
in
16,
high school, yeah.
17.
Mm-hmm. Well, we will be back with our coverage of SmackDown, which is the last show of 2000. And before we jump into 2001, we're going to give our 2000 year-end review, talking about our favorite moments, matches, and everything else of that time. So make sure you check that out. Subscribe, like, hit the notification bell on YouTube to stay notified. We cover all things WWE. So we got Clash in Paris coming up, NXT Heatwave, AEW Forbidden Door London. So make sure you stay tuned. And until next time, stay safe and stay uncensored.